Unlock the door, bitch. I'm on my way, and I got chicken strips.
I don't know why they call them chasers. It's not like Chubs can run real fast.
Double vodka with hot brownie chasers.
She just wanted to watch me eat it. Naked.
I can't say that. That's dirty.
Chasers will do anything to get into your pants. I love them.
Stop it! Stop!
Oh,
God! Chubs Gone Wild!
Well, hello and welcome back to Chubs Gone Wild after our giant 2-week hiatus.
It was 1 week. 1 week.
Well, it felt like so long because 2 weeks in between recording, I didn't know what to do with myself. I had so much stuff stacked up to talk about. And you
Let's wait to hear it. I'm just waiting to hear it. I know how you are.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I guess we've got, 2 weeks of you're watching TV shows and movies and 2 weeks of experiences. That's going to be fun.
Well,
it's going to be fun listening to all of this overage that you've got left.
Yeah, I have tons of it now. We know we have 2 weeks of your TV stacked up, so we'll have a lot to talk about that too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome to Chubs Gone Wild, episode 507, recorded on August 21st. Just checking, 2023. Apparently, 2 episodes ago I said April, so you know where my mind is. It is currently 85 degrees and rainy. Well, not quite.
Well, yeah, don't get people. We got some sprinkles. We did not get a hurricane here. It shifted to the east.
Yeah, everybody. I was getting like, "Oh, are you guys gonna be okay for the hurricane?" I'm like, please, it ain't even coming near us. We did get some overcast, and it smelled like rain for like a minute, and that was it.
It did. Yesterday, I was walking. We went to get tacos and we're walking downtown and I go, it smells like rain, but it doesn't feel like rain. It was just because it was so muggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mugginess, we're at 70-80% in the mugginess in the humidity area. So it's been kind of yuck. And then I just came from San Diego, which did get hit by the not the hurricane, but it got hit by the tropical storm that remained afterwards. But it was muggy there the whole week we were there. It was really strange. Well, because they're by the ocean, so they've got the constant breeze. And but yeah, when it got into the 80s, it wasn't quite New Orleans, but it was not as comfortable as I'd like it to be.
Right. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I did not envy you any of that. Well, it is 14 days till Labor Day, 54 till Canadian Thanksgiving, 71 until Halloween, and 126 days until Christmas. It's almost 2 months till Christmas. In 11 days, I will be starting to watch all my witchy shows.
Wait, it's not 2, it's 4 months till Christmas.
Till 12 to gay Christmas, Halloween. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Reminder, our Halloween contest, also known as Gay Christmas. Anyway, anyone who sends us anything, an email, a Facebook message, a comment, a voice message, send us lunchbox pics or whatever other kind of pics, as long as they're legal and fun. You can send it and be entered into the year-end contest. Our email address is chubsgonewild@gmail.com. Patreon offers folks a way to support creators and receive rewards not open to the general public, like My Life in Fragments podcast, books, videos, and more. And we want to thank our current patrons, Clint, Nephi, Nick, DJ Sausage from the Universe, Eric, Sean, Brother Sinatus, Phoenix Dave, Kingsley, and Moose P. Please visit patreon.com/MattBurlingame to find out how you can become a patron of our work, basically, for as little as $1 a month. had to add a little something just to make sure that we did later. Okay, well, oh, guess what? It's time for today's affirmation. Now, I wanted to save you the one from last week too, but I figured one is about what we can handle per show. Oh, this is yesterday's. Oh, that one was fun. All right, today's is a little deer. So cute. I remember that I am always as young or as old as I choose to feel. Well, it doesn't bode well for you.
What does that have to do with the deer?
I don't know. Maybe because it's a little fawn, and if we feel like we're a little fawn, we're a little fawn. Oh my God, a hunter, Mom! No,
I did see a meme today where there was a deer that was taking a little drink of water, little fawn, and then out of the water came an alligator at it. It got away.
Good, very, very good. Yeah. Ugh, no, alligators scary.
Yeah, but they like venison, so that's
That's true. That's
but
true.
then who doesn't, right?
It's a little gamey for me, but maybe if I had it cooked right, I don't know. It's kind of like Brussels sprouts. Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, you love it." No, I don't. Anyway, today in history, on August 21st, 1944, well, representatives from the United States, Great Britain, and the Soviet Union, and China meet in some damn place in Georgetown, Washington, D.C., to formulate the formal principles of an organization that will provide collective security on a worldwide basis, aka an organization that will become the United Nations.
See, I thought you would have done on August 21st, 1959, Hawaii became a state.
See, I was trying to do that one, but if you look at what they were doing is there's two different dates. There's the date that they were giving that was not the actual date that it became a state, but there was the date that, I don't know. Anyway, I was going to use that one, but it got the dates, they fucked it up. So
well, what happened was Hawaii thought they were going to be the 49th state. So they kept celebrating the 49er days, and then Alaska became the 49th state, and they were pissed. I don't know if they were pissed or not. They were probably disappointed.
Yeah.
And then right after that, and I know that because August 21st was my mother's birthday.
Oh wow.
So and the fun part was that I was born 3 days before Hawaii was a state. So I'm one of few people, not a few, but people born between when we had 49 states and when we had 50 states.
Right. Well, and it's interesting that Hawaii was bombed and when it wasn't even a state.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a lonely territory. Anyway, but so yeah.
Any holidays today?
Well, I don't know. Let's see.
Eat dry cake day.
Oh, I'll tell you about that dry cake, bitch. Yeah. All right. Well, oh, good. I swear, you go away for a week and everything just resets to the wrong thing. Anyway, okay, here we are. It's Cupcake Day in Australia. Not here. Sorry to tell you. Yeah. You know what? I made poppy muffins last night from a mix, and I had 4 ripe, very overripe bananas that I mashed up into the mix. I have never in my life made a muffin as damn good as this was. And it was a mixed muffin, and you'd never know.
What was it infused with?
No, that's your world, girl. For me, it was infused with old banana. So
well, we made toffee cookies infused with marijuana.
That sounds interesting.
They were
Toffee
really good.
cookies. Yeah,
What?
I bet they were toffee cookies.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah, it's so funny because you get the bags of the toffee, at the store with the chocolate chips, and so it's like a big,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
decent
yeah,
sized bag,
yeah.
and it says, okay, you use a cup of flour, a little bit of sugar, and then some vanilla, and then you throw in the bag of it's like, so these are more toffee than their flour.
Hmm.
So yeah, they were very sweet, and they got really crispy.
Oh, I love crispy cookies. My favorite cookie is the ones that are in the little bag. They're white chocolate macadamia nut cookies. They're not Pepperidge Farms. They're the other ones. I never remember the name of it, but you know what I mean. They're in
Uh,
a kind of a taller package, and then they're round, and there's only like maybe 8 or 10 cookies in it.
isn't that Pepperidge Farm?
See, that's what I thought, but no, when I looked at it when I was in the store, I'm like, oh, that's not Pepperidge Farm. I
Well,
guess I need to stop saying that.
I think they were. Maybe they've got a different name on the West Coast now.
Maybe, yeah.
Because like we've got mayonnaise that's different. Carl's Jr. is called Carl's Jr. here, but it's what Hindies.
I forget,
Yeah,
but
something
I saw
something with
that
an
quite
E.
recently.
Yeah,
Like,
and the same thing. So yeah, it could be that. I just saw. Remember the oh, it's not George Foreman cookies, but it's the chocolate chip cookies. It was a guy's name, and I swear that I was over at a store and the packaging is the exact same thing, but they were called something different. It
hmm,
was weird. So I don't know. I don't know how they do this stuff.
I don't know either.
Any
I
more
just I
holidays?
just tried to look it up so that I could tell you the exact name of it, and all that's coming up is, oh, there it is. You know what? It is Pepperidge Farms,
I
but
thought
I
so.
swear it's different. I swear it's a different.
It could be a knockoff. Is it Winko? Like
Uh,
it's
no,
Winko
this is
brand.
the actual. So it says Pepperidge Farms white chocolate macadamia nuts. I guess that's what it is, but I could have sworn
And it's
it was a
Hardee's,
different name.
Hardee's and Carl's Jr. I know that. Hellman's and Best Foods.
Yeah, I know it's the same thing, but I still want Best Foods
Well, you can't get Hardee's on this. I mean,
or
Hellman's.
Hellman's. Yeah, I thought you could. Maybe. Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so it's also National Brazilian Blowout Day. That's when you go down and you get your pubic hair wax for the Brazilian, and then you accidentally like fart and you have a blowout. No, not buying it.
I thought it was a hairdo.
Oh, I have no idea what a Brazilian blowout is, but it sounds dirty.
I mean,
Uh,
a Brazilian wax job is having all the hair removed, but
right.
a blowout is with a hair dryer. So I think I think it's the other end.
Oh, actually, you know what? Brazilian dry oil anti-frizz hairspray. What? Hmm. A Brazilian blowout is a semi-permanent hair smoothing treatment that smooths out your hair by sealing a special keratin solution. I didn't need to know that, but now we do.
Is that on your pubic hair?
Uh, well, it does straighten it out, so maybe. Hmm. Okay, it's also National Senior Citizens Day. Happy day. I have to call my mom.
Yeah, you do
Actually, I'm
that.
surprised she hasn't called yet. So,
Because
uh,
I'm not a senior citizen, except at the movie theater. I can get in for cheaper.
I've told you before that Ouija, when he gets us all tickets, he gets them all at the senior citizen rate. Like, whatever. Save a few bob. Also, it's National Spumoni Day, which is, speaking of Ouija's favorite ice
Is
cream.
it really?
It really is. Every time we go to Spaghetti Factory, he's like, if somebody doesn't want theirs, he'll get it.
I mean, I don't mind it, but I wouldn't order it.
I know, it's like, I don't know.
And I don't like those candies in it. It's weird.
Oh, I mean, I don't mind it, but it always comes like freeze dried. I'm afraid it's gonna stick to my lips. Instead, it sticks to my hips. All right. It's also National Poets Day. Do you know it? No, nothing. Okay. Stay home with your kids day. Yeah, fuck that. Well, actually, I'll stay home with Kaya. She's pretty close.
Yeah, Sean's here today.
There you go. That's a good way of thinking about it. I've seen those movies. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
you've got him on your website. Are you kidding?
just go over to X. You know, it's really fun when we have to when we're trying to promote that we're on Twitter now, and we have to go. You can find us on X, wherever you just go over to, and they're on X. So dirty.
Filthy.
All right. Well, those are the holidays, and now we come to birthdays. Now there were 2 weeks because Tom decided that he had to take the time off, which is understandable.
It was 1 week.
He and his husband worked very hard.
1 week.
So, well, you know, we missed some birthdays, and we're very, very sorry about that. But today's birthday is happy birthday to Ryan, to Precious Cargo, to oh dear, to Hannah, Princess Hannah. Happy birthday, Princess Hannah. Also to Amir and Jake, and these are a few birthdays, a few recents that we missed. That would be Mr. Juan Ramos, one of our fabulous local actors and artists. Mike, Carl, Sharon, David, Sam, Mr. Catalano. We've got, patron David. Hello, patron David. We love you.
And patron Moose P.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, well, that should have been the first one you mentioned.
Spoilers. Well, I've mentioned him, all right. We've also got Steve and Tamara and Victoria. And speaking of birthdays that we weren't here for, yes, Mr. Moose P. He had a birthday yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yes. Oh, let's just reflect on that.
Well, I can't wait to see. Did he send in what he ate for his birthday?
I think the last picture that I got was pie, and I'm not sure if that was birthday pie. You know what? No, maybe he posted.
And was it a Boston cream pie or Boston cream cake?
Well, surprise, surprise. That's actually the same thing as a dear, dear friend of ours and patron, whose name begins with an N, had an apoplectic fit about. And well, anyway. So now,
if you get it wrong, you get it wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, that's true. But
Yeah.
actually, it is a pie, but it is baked as a cake in a cake pan. Who knew? Not me.
I did.
Well, you know what you can do with that.
Yeah.
Upcoming birthdays. Happy birthday to Valerie, Mark. Oh, that Mark from formerly the It's All About Me podcast. And then we have Young and Phil, Richard, Jeffrey, Nikki, Lance, Brian, Todd. So many birthdays. Paj, Sandra. Oh, that diva. She was our Countess Dracula, our second Countess Dracula. No, our second Renfield. We love her. Also to Michael, Brian, Daniel, Phil. I forgot his name. He was a podcaster, and he did a podcast.
Yeah, that's what podcasters do.
But it was a straight sex podcast. So.
Oh, another filthy one.
I know. Straight people are so filthy. Anyway. All right. Happy birthday, everybody. And for those of you who we missed while we were not here, Tom promises not to take the same day as his vacation next year. So we'll get you. We'll get you.
So who's Juan Ramos married to?
That would be John Hancock.
Yeah, his birthday was last week too.
Yes.
I didn't know Juan's was in the same time period. And thank you for mentioning my birthday too.
You
That's
are
okay.
very, very welcome.
That's okay. You know, I got two cards for my birthday. They were
Really?
they were both from my insurance company.
Oh, I bet you feel loved. Now there is a little something else that's coming up in 2 days that you got a card for. What
I
what
did
might
get a card for that.
and what might that special event be?
Um, um, it's my yearly trip to McCooney's.
This is true. Yes, it is Sean and Tom's anniversary in 2 days on the 23rd, and they will have been married how many years?
It's 10 or 18 total.
Ah, yes. Wow, 18 total. That's almost how old he was when you. Anyway. Anyway, but seriously, happy anniversary. And I am sure that during your week you'll talk about your birthday festivities.
Uh,
So here below our birthdays, we have a note that just says in all caps, Moose P, because we wanted to make sure to recognize his birthday. So happy birthday, Mr. Moose, and everybody who loves and supports the show. All right. Well, we did get some feedback, and that came from Sean, who said, my parents only ever bought white bread when I was a kid. Don't think I even tried wheat bread until I was in high school. And it's funny that he said that because our family was the same way. Like, we didn't start, I don't even remember having wheat bread in the house until like maybe the health conscious 90s or something. Maybe.
well, I remember having because my brother got into super health consciousness, right?
Mhm.
And I remember we had it wasn't like the wheat bread that's just like the white bread, but it's like a brown color. No,
Yeah.
we had to have the 7 grains, and it included nuts and shit like that in it. So it was fine if you were having like like peanut butter toast or something like that. But when you're doing like a grilled cheese sandwich and you've got nuts and grains in your bread, it just wasn't right. Or
And
egg salad, no.
yeah. No, oh, now see, egg salad, yeah, I would want white bread for that. But it's interesting that you say that because now that bread is like the really expensive high end, like that's what the rich people all get. White bread is for the poor people. But I still get.
Well, yeah, because you can still get it at stores for under $1 for a loaf.
Where are you shopping?
Food Co, Winco. You got to get their brand.
Uh,
And
you're talking regular sandwich bread, right?
yes, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I what I do is I get the knockoff, the Winco version of the 7 grain bread,
Ah,
the wheat version. So it's like 2.89, which is still like almost half the
oh
price
yes, it's
of
like those are usually. I saw a sale because I love reading my sales, and
yeah.
one of the sales was for the fancier breads,
Mhm.
and it was like it was such a deal at like 4.67 a loaf, and I'm like,
Right.
what is a normal price on that fucking bread? And
Yeah. Yeah.
so but
Oh,
if yeah, because we don't normally have bread anyway unless we have some sliced turkey or some egg salad that we need to use. And even then a lot of times we'll use lettuce leaves because that would piss you off.
ah. Yeah. I was buying Dave's Killer Bread for a while, and it because I was the only one that was using it, and it was really good. But it's a thin slice, low cal, low sugar bread, and it was good. But it's like freaking $8 for a loaf that's smaller than a regular loaf of bread, like half the size. It's just
Now, do you ever watch those British guys tasting food on YouTube? It's called Jolly, is their channel. It's really funny because what these guys do, they're like they're in their 20s and they've been traveling around America trying out American food on camera. So like they went to In-N-Out and they only ordered items on the secret menu.
okay.
And so
Fries or whatever they call it.
yeah, animal fries with double cheese and just that kind of weird shit. They four-time burger, where they have got 4 slices of meat and 4 slices of cheese.
Yeah.
Even have one that instead of a protein burger, which is where they put the lettuce on the outside, instead of a bun, they have tomato now. And I'm thinking the tomato's the problem with the burger because it's mushy. And so you're going to grab that and the tomato's going to go through your fingers and then you're going to be holding the bun. I mean, the burger itself. That's a no.
Yeah,
but they're really funny. One time they actually, back in England, they took Popeye's chicken and gave them Popeye's chicken sandwich for, they've never had it. So they get this chicken sandwich and it's bulging out of the bun. Never looks like that when you go there, but it was huge. And they bite into it and they're like going, oh my God, this is like the best thing I've ever eaten in my life. It's got so much flavor. It's not bland like our food is, because they still make fun of British food, even the Brits do.
Yeah.
They do have a tendency of making kind of bland things.
Yeah. And they've only got one sauce. I had some Popeyes 2 weeks ago, and it was the chicken tenders, and they were the most dry, overcooked, nasty things I have had, and I cannot tell you. And I have never had a bad Popeyes experience until that time.
Now, when did that get picked up and when did it get delivered to you?
It was our dear sweet Lori Dean that went over and picked it up, and they were back here within about 45 minutes.
Okay, because I've never had any bad Popeyes either.
I haven't either.
And so that's why I thought, well, maybe if they stopped somewhere, it was sitting in the car, it was 104 degrees outside, maybe it just got nasty, in there. Because what happens is they put it in the box and then it steams in there. And if it gets hotter, it's like microwaving something, it's just the coating falls off. It's just ugly.
These were like over fried. I mean, they were so crispy that it was hardly any chicken, and then the chicken was chewy, and the outside was just, it was
amazing.
Yeah. All right. So thank you for that, Sean. We truly appreciate that. And next up, we do have some Chub hugs to send out. And I'm going to start by sending one out to my mom, who is still in the rehab facility and probably will be for at least about another week, although she is sounding much better. While she was in there, she did fall in the bathroom, getting up, and she cut her head and had to be taken to the hospital, where she got 5 staples in her scalp. So, but I guess it helped with her whatever, because she was super clear the next day. So maybe, but so she's in there, and basically it's just a waiting game to make sure that she's suitable to come home. But the more I talk to her, the more I'm hoping that that'll be fairly soon. But in the meantime, send her a lot of Chub hugs. Also, I want to send Chub hug out to Debbie, who is celebrating 10 years of not smoking. That's pretty awesome.
Yes, it is.
And then also, I want to send a huge Chub hug out to Sean, our patron Sean, who heard my lament for not having KFC a couple weeks ago, and he sent me what it takes for me to go get some KFC. And I was just absolutely blown away by that. And thank you so much. And it will be utilized this week. So thank you for that. And also, we want to send a Chub hug out to Sean because he had, I won't go into any details or anything, but he had he was sick for about a week, and it was pretty bad. And but he is on the mend, thankfully. So hope you are feeling much better for that. Also, we want to send some love out to people who were affected by the hurricane
Right.
that hit Lower California. There was a lot of flooding, and a lot of people got it worse than Lower California, though. So lots of Chub hugs out to them. And I know you have some Chub hugs that you want to send out.
Well, definitely to your mom.
Thank you.
And then our good friend and listener, Jana, she was in the hospital, so it looks like she's well on the way to recovery.
That's
and
good.
Last I heard, she's supposed to be released today, so we'll see if that happens. But speaking of somebody who was in San Diego the day before the hurricane hit, is funny because we're loading the car and they're going, somebody goes, "Oh, you're leaving early. Are you leaving early?" And I go, "No, we were planning on leaving today. It has nothing to do with the hurricane." And they're like, and of course it was the hotel, and they go, "Hurricane?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay, bye, bye."
Good luck with that, sir.
Yeah, but yeah, down in the mountains of the down around San Diego, Palm Springs to Las Vegas, they were getting as much rain as they do in a year over a couple days or a day. That's a lot.
Right.
Especially in places like Palm Springs where it's less sand and more rock than anything. And so, yeah, it can be pretty ugly when those kind of places flood.
Right. Well, and speaking of natural disasters, also, well, I don't know how natural it was, but we need to send a lot of love out to Hawaii, all our Hawaiian folks. I just don't even know what to say with that. That was
Well, speaking as somebody who goes there yearly and
yeah.
stays in Lahana,
Mhm.
it's devastating. I mean, I hate kind of posing it this way, but it's like if you go to Disneyland or Disney World and they say, I'm going over to the Magic Kingdom. Oh, it's gone. But you can still go to other places in Disneyland, but that whole park has been destroyed with a wildfire. And it's like, I mean, because Lahana is one of the key places that when you're in Maui, you go there. It was the original capital of the Hawaiian Islands. All their history was on the streets. They did have this really cool mall in Lahana that was filled with all these fancy stores and restaurants, and next to it is an old schoolhouse and an old church and all those beautiful things that made Hawaii the history so rich and special are completely gone. And all my because I have my favorite restaurants on my Facebook, and they're all saying, well, we're not saying that we're done, but there's nothing to go back to now. So they were just, it was just gone. So it was very devastating. To me, it was very devastating.
Yeah.
Well, as a lot of people, but I mean, I really felt like a personal loss because
And then of course we do have a personal friend here in Sacramento who that is his home as well.
yes.
So All right. Next up, well, we do have some celebrity news. Tori Spelling has been admitted to the hospital for an undisclosed medical issue. Her fourth day there, she tweeted, she put on her Instagram that she's missing her kids a lot. And she's so grateful and proud for my strong, brave resident. I wonder if that was a typo. Resilient, maybe, and kind to the core children who remain positive no matter what comes my way. So they have not disclosed why she's in the hospital, but she is. And actually, I don't know what she is like in real life or whatever, but I have always liked Tori Spelling. Not maybe so much on that Beverly Hills show, but and everything else she's done, including Trick, I've always thought she was really fun. So, all right. We do have a lot of celebrity deaths here, but not as many as we usually do. So that bodes well. Starting with Sir Michael Parkinson, a British TV host famous for interviewing stars, including Muhammad Ali, John Wayne, Tom Cruise, Madonna, and Sir Paul McCartney on his TV talk show. He died at 88. Chris Peluso, an actor and singer known for his theater work, including Mamma Mia on Broadway, died at age 40. Robbie Robertson, one of the rock's greatest storytellers and band guitarist and primary songwriter, interesting, died August 9th at 80. Actually, I had one of his albums and I was so fascinated by the songs on it. They were so different than anything I had ever heard at that point. Voice actor Johnny Hardwick, best known for playing Dale Gribble on King of the Hill, died at 64 on August 8th. Ron Cephas Jones died August 19th at 66. He was two-time Emmy winner for his guest role on This Is Us. Other projects included Mr. Robot, Truth Be Told, Across the Universe, and Dolomite Is My Name. Music executive Jerry Moss died on August 16th at 88. He and his partner Herb Alpert were the co-founders of the legendary recording studio A&M Records.
So he was M of A&M.
Yeah. I didn't realize that Herb Alpert was the A.
Well, I knew Herb Alpert was the A because the Carpenters were on A&M. So he was, he got them going. He's like between him and Burt Bacharach's Close to You. It's like it's a magical story.
That's true.
The tragic ending.
Yeah. Speaking of magical stories, Tom, what you been up to?
Well, so anyway, I was in San Diego all last week. The night we stopped in LA on the way down there and saw a show at the Comedy Club, the Comedy Store on Sunset, which was fun because you hear a lot about it, but I had never been there. Even when I lived there, I'd never gone there. So that was fun. And San Diego, we stayed at this place just at the top of the Gaslight District, which is lots of really cool restaurants, bars, just fun places. It's a really neat place. Unfortunately, overrun with homelessness. I don't even know how they must have fared over the rain.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was quite something. It really was. And lots of great restaurants and food that we'll talk about later. We did have the season finale of Crime Scene Kitchen with Joel McHale, and the couple that won were the couple that should have won. One of the two ladies in the couple, she guessed a burnt cheesecake a couple weeks ago, because they go into the kitchen and they look at all the clues of what was made, and then they come out and they make that. And she's telling the woman she was partnered with, okay, I'm pretty sure this is one of those burnt cheesecakes. And she's going, who the hell makes a burnt cheese? What in the hell? I've never heard of that. And it was a burnt cheesecake. So weird. So when she did that, I said, if she's at the end, she should win, because that is just incredible. And
Yeah.
they got a few of them that they were spot on about. And it's just like, how the hell did that happen? But really, it's actually a fun show. I'm glad to see it did well. Claim to fame this week, the exposed celebrity related person was Little Nas X's brother. So, which was kind of fun. Didn't see that one coming either. On Big Brother, we've already got 2 girls gone, and Luke, who was my first boyfriend on the show, said the N-word and got kicked out.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. And it wasn't an anger or anything, but he used it as a, like a regular piece of speech. And it's like, you can't have that on live TV. If you can't control
watch
that.
the show?
What?
Don't these people watch the show before they go on it?
Well, he knew when he said it, he goes, oh, I'm in trouble now. And the 2 of the 3 people that were there with him go, oh, okay, I'm gonna go now. Okay, I'm going to I think I'm gonna go to bed, go to the bathroom. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
They jumped out of there fast.
Uh-huh.
And it's too bad, because he was certainly cute, but he's got to control his shit. Let's see. But the show itself, it's really nice to have back. And then there's a show on right after it called The Challenge. And this used to be on MTV, and now it's on CBS. And it is we're basically I've been watching this off and on for years. And the funny thing is that the people that were on it 20, 30 years ago, because this has been around a long time, are still playing. The ones that were there when they were, 19, 20 years old, now they're 40, 45 years old, and they're trying to do these stunts that would kill somebody 20 years old, and they're trying to do it at 40 plus. It's hilarious. But there's a lot of cuties on it, so it makes it easy to watch. And let's see. Oh God, there's been so little I've been able to watch this week. I did Project Fear. I think I mentioned it last week. This is the group. They were on Travel Channel. I'm pretty sure it was Travel, as Destination Fear. And it's these 4 friends, and they go around and they go to these scary places, and they try to see who gets the scaredest, basically. It was a really fun show. Younger people, they all knew each other, so they had good rapport. And they got canceled, and then they got put on, and so they went on to YouTube with their own channel, and they're doing the same show, but now they can do longer episodes. They can do double episodes. They can they're spending their own money, but they're still making the same show, but actually it's a little bit better. They can even curse now if they want, so that's fun. But what was interesting was they're on all the shows on YouTube. They have all these separate little where they have a collection of scary stuff from each of these individual channels, and 2 of them highlighted Project Fear, gave them the whole story. Oh, well, they were on, Travel Channel, and then they got canceled, and now they're here, and they got like 5-10 minutes on these different shows. So it's really nice they're advertising these kids, and I was really happy, because it's a good show. I was actually watching it right before we started recording, and it was really scary. They scream a lot. Let's see. No, haven't seen that. I watched something on Hulu called Demons and Saviors, which is basically a foreign series that they've dubbed, and it is boring as shit. So avoid that on Hulu. Okay. And then last night we watched The Pope's Exorcist, and this is with the fatty from Gladiator, Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe.
Oh,
And but it was good. It was fun. There's one part because this little boy gets, taken over by the devil and or demon, and the priest that's working with Russell Crowe, the demon starts going, oh, well, I know you like the girls and you like sniffing panties. And all of a sudden he jumps and starts strangling the kid like Homer Simpson does to Bart. I was laughing so hard. It was funny. So and that's it for what I have watched that we haven't both watched. I hope you watched something. And it looks like, you watched Bachelorette Men Tell All.
and boy,
and I'll tell you something, Charity is so much better live.
Uh-huh.
I love it when he goes, well, I told you I love you before. No, you didn't. And he's like, yeah. And she goes, so why are you telling me this as you're climbing in the car? And he goes, well, I didn't want to leave without you knowing that I was falling in love with you. And she goes, oh, a little too late.
Yeah. Yeah, she's on it. I mean, she's got the comebacks, but that's one of the things is when we see people during the taping part of the show, we have to remember editing too.
Sure, somebody's going to be the bad guy.
Yeah, but I still didn't like Braden.
See, Braden doesn't bother me because he's just kind of a guy that's having a good time, and she knew that I mean, if he falls in love, he falls in love. That's the whole part of the show, and Aaron was just a little bitch. He runs to Charity, they're talking bad about you, especially Braden. It's like I would have thrown his ass out first.
I can't say that maybe I wouldn't have either, but I don't know. And what they did to the guy that went home first, that was kind of fucked up. I mean,
I know, and I love that Braden was the one that told him what it was.
Yeah, he's a troublemaker, but
well, no, he wasn't a troublemaker. Aaron was the troublemaker. Braden
whoever started the shit was
right
asshole to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, and all that, all the guys, this is the second season that I've heard of people being like, oh, they're only there to see how many Instagram people that they can get to follow them or whatever. Well, no fucking shit. That's going to happen regardless. Like, it's going to happen to you too. Oh, that's not why I'm here though. Yeah, but it's a side effect that is going to happen. So shut up. It's ridiculous. I get tired of hearing that. Anyway, the tell all episodes to me are like almost painful to get through. Let's sit here and confront all the people so that we can talk about face to face about all the shit that they did. Anyway, yeah, I still like the blonde guy. I mean, I don't think that they were right for each other, but I still like the blonde guy. I would rather see him on Paradise Beach than Braden.
Well, he might be.
I'm down. Bring it. Yeah. But anyway, it'll be interesting. I'm actually looking forward to finding out who ends up being on the beach season. But so, are you looking forward to finding out which of the two men that she
Oh yes, absolutely I am.
Mm-hmm. Both picks are interesting. So interesting that I can't even remember who they were.
It's
Doughton, and
whatever that his weird name is. Yes, him.
Oh, that's right, and the guy with the pretty eyes.
Joey.
Yeah, that's it, Joey. I don't know. They're both good, but I mean, Joey.
You want to know who wins? Because I know.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I will find out who I will be disappointed by in a week or a few days or however long it is. That's all that we're watching.
It's tonight
currently. Oh, it's tonight. Okay, I'll watch it tomorrow then.
Well, yeah, of course.
Okay, so I think that's all we're watching together.
I think so.
Okay. Well, I'm sure there'll be some more coming up soon. As for me, most of my last 2 weeks have been consumed by mom stuff. I did get to actually go see her and talk to her a little bit, but this was before her fall. She was doing pretty well. So really it's just kind of a waiting game until the doctor says, yes, you can do the things that you need to do to come home. So, yeah, there's that. And her head healing, right now they won't let her bathe or take any showers or anything because of her scalp. So that's bothering her a bit. I've been watching very little television actually, and what I have been watching is stuff that I've been only doing a couple sorry, a couple episodes here and there, and a lot of stuff that I've already seen. I okay, thank you. Shush. Sorry that you're feeling that way. So Miranda, I've watched both Miranda and Call Me Cat episode, the seasons, well, all of Miranda, and then seasons 2 and 3 of Call Me Cat. And Call Me Cat on season 3, I kind of felt, after the Leslie Jordan thing, and they tried to figure out whether they were going to fill his space or not, kind of went off the rails with the characters that they were doing. But actually watching it back through, it wasn't as bad as I remembered it. It was actually pretty good, but I'm glad that they didn't stay with the hillbilly character. He was there a couple episodes and they got rid of him. So anyway, it's been comforting. Watched Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Heather and I have caught up on all the young Sheldons, so we're up to date on all of that and anxiously awaiting the next season, which they have no idea when it will be. And now writer strike, who knows? They may end up being like 5 years in the future. But so we switched to Star Trek Strange New Worlds. That's the one with Captain Pike. It is pre Kirk, and it is really good. And we watched the first 2 episodes. Episode 2 was fucking phenomenal. And I am so happy to have a return to a space age, a sci-fi type show that is episodic and not 10 episodes of a giant arc. Sometimes I just want a nice 55-minute or whatever it is, 45
10 episodes.
40. Yeah. Just give me a fucking story that doesn't make me go, and next week, that's one of the reasons that I end up binge watching shit, is because I get tired of waiting to find out what happens next. Anyway, I've also been watching Star Trek Lower Decks, which is the cartoon, the animated show, and I had put it off and not paid attention to it. Well, I finally started watching it, and it's actually really good. So, and it's funny. So, who knew? But so that's fun. If you're thinking that, oh, it's animated Star Trek, blah, whatever. I remember the 70s, whatever. Now this is fun. It's not as irreverent and nutsoid as South Park, but it is, yeah, it's not just a little cartoon. It's a good show. Okay, moving on. I didn't finish the series because there's at least 1 to 2 more episodes coming out. And Just Like That, which is the Sex and the City reboot, episodes 9 and 10 happened, and it's really good. It's just really, really good show, and I really enjoy watching it. But these episodes were some tough ones. Really had some tough issues, and some people that we love that got hurt and had some really nasty things said. And wow, so I love that they aren't just doing the, I don't know, rich comedy type stuff. They're doing some actually hard hitting topics, and that's really fun. That's nice. Waiting for God. Did you ever watch Waiting for God?
No.
Okay, so Waiting for God, British comedy drama show from the 90s, I think it is. But it's basically about aging. It's about two people in a retirement, not village, but retirement place.
Oh,
Well, yes, but they have individual units.
that's what they still call it.
Okay. So in the 90s, and still topics that are so on point today. Technology's changed, this and that's changed, but the reflection and the character, the humanity, it's still very, very relevant. I Osaka, Oshoka, the new Star Trek or Star Wars show.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Disney. I know you do, but just so that people know what I'm saying, because I'm sure I'm butchering the name.
Usually.
So, anyway, August 23rd. So for us, 2 more days until the launch of the show. But I did watch the new trailer, the 3-minute trailer that's out there. It looks like it's going to be a very heavy female lead cast. The story looks really good. The effects and everything else that looks great. I would love it if they threw in a lesbian romance. That would be kind of neat. But I'm really looking forward to it. So, yay. And plus the new Star Wars show. Yay. And well, that's it. So,
Yay.
thank you.
No, about the new Star Wars. I was just answering you.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Not that you were done.
Send your emails to show at show. Or wait, no, don't do that one. That's a whole different episode there. All right. Well, let's find out what Miss Manners is talking about today. Dear Miss Manners, do rules of etiquette apply when no one else is present? To paraphrase the classic philosophical question, if a person burps loudly or chews with their mouth open in their home and there's no one there to witness it, have they broken an etiquette standard?
What idiot is this?
Well, answer the question, have they?
No.
I'll say no. Well, let's see what Miss Manners
if you
has.
have to belch, that's fine. The whole idea is you don't belch in the middle of a room with people there. It's not polite.
Right.
But if you're in a room by yourself, that's why they say if you have to fart, go outside, go to the bathroom. Don't do it in the party and then just
blame it on the dog.
Well, no, I know what I usually do is I usually do it in like the grocery store, and then I make sure and crop what is it? Crops, not
crop dust.
Yes, crop dust the people on my aisle.
Yeah, that's lovely. Anyway, so Miss Manners says, no. You will be happy to hear that when you are home alone with the windows shaded, you may be as piggish as you like. Etiquette is a social code dealing with social interactions. Miss Manners feels obligated to remind you that no one else present means that you do not have license to be piggish in front of your family. Okay. You should hear my mom let out a bit. Anyway, let's see. Hey, Chubs, do you have any allergies?
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of them.
Well, yeah, you are special that way.
Penicillin is my only main, that's my big one, but I'm allergic to trees and dogs and cats and grass and flowers and Brian.
Well, we're all allergic to Brian. but that's a whole different story. Yes. Well, my allergies are to wheat hay, oddly enough, and what's my other allergy? I
Shellfish,
actually that's pretty much my only allergy, thankfully. And well, and dust. Dust will get me going, but
shellfish.
oh, that's true. I forgot about that. I do have a shrimp allergy. Sorry, I just had a moment of sadness about that. Oh, and soy. I'm supposedly not supposed to have a lot of soy. Like that will happen.
How
Uh,
convenient.
what's that?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Right. And but you know what, speaking of penicillin, actually I am not allergic to penicillin, but I am basic penicillin resistant. So like the regular stuff that they give doesn't work on me. Anyway. All right. Hey Chubs, do you believe in ghosts? Why or why not? And bonus question, if so, are you afraid of them?
I do believe in ghosts.
Mhm.
Um, because I have seen things that would turn your shit green.
Ooh.
Um, and no, I'm not afraid of ghosts until I find one that's a bad one.
Hmm.
I've been really fortunate here at the house. All whatever is here is very friendly. So
Well, that's good.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't believe in them as the classic ghost type thing, but I do believe in like residual energy and spiritual energy and stuff like that. And as if I am afraid of them, no. But if there is one that is, causing up a lot of ruckus and stuff like that, I don't get afraid, I get pissed, if that answers that question.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's just like, fuck off. Anyway, moving on. Now, this segment may take us a little bit because we have 2 weeks to make up for. Starting with Mr. Moose, because he's our moose. And starting off with British food for lunch at Elephant and Castle Pub and Restaurant. You should Google it to see this place. It is on Wabash Avenue in Chicago. We ordered shepherd's pie, pot of gravy, pot of beef gravy to pour on mashed potatoes, topping beef and vegetables, side salad of mixed greens, dried cranberries, toasted almonds, and feta crumbles. Really good, but a lot of food for lunch. I haven't had a good shepherd's pie in I don't know how long. It is beautiful, really beautiful.
Well, especially, this individual cast iron shepherd's
Mhm.
pie. It's really sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, we have was feeling a little nostalgic and wanted to visit my hometown for the first time in 20 years. Have been reading on Facebook how they are trying to revitalize the town. They installed artwork in public spaces and have opened galleries and little cute shops. Did buy pottery and Christmas decorations. Oh, you know, he's
Who's buying
got
Christmas
to
decorations?
he's got to start doing the Christmas decorations in like a week, I think. Stopped by farmer's market and bought tomatoes. Saw a little hole in the wall. Restaurant advertising seafood, barbecue, and chicken. I got shrimp, hush puppies, mac and cheese, fried okra was really good. Nothing frozen or factory made in shipping and cheap, only $12. Hubby got chicken tenders and two sides that looked good. His was $10 for a big plate.
Yeah. The shrimp reminds me of we went to this one dumpling place in San Diego. You haven't got the pictures yet.
Okay.
And it was closed, but there was another place that was right next to it. And this is where they bring around the little cart and they go, "Oh, would you like these? Would you like these?"
Uh,
And then you go, "Yes, yes." And one of we got the wonton soup, and the wonton soup consisted of the biggest shrimp you've ever seen inside of a wonton.
mm,
And when you bit into it, it was fresh, and it was, I mean, there were five in this little thing of soup, or four in the little thing of soup, and it was so good. And the rest of the stuff we got was excellent as well. But it was just, in a wonton, I expect cabbage
yeah.
and, like maybe some chicken or some pork in there, but very little. It's mostly vegetables.
Mm,
This was mostly shrimp. It was fantastic.
that is beautiful.
Yeah.
But
So where
one
do you
of
get go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, you
Where
go
do you
ahead.
get the tomato sandwich?
Well, one of the simple pleasures of summer is a tomato sandwich. Heirloom tomato, multi-grain bread, mayo, salt, and pepper, which is perfect. Simple and delicious. Where you got them, I don't know. But
It
that is a beautiful
Yeah,
sandwich.
I used to get those. I mean, we used to have those as kids. My mom would go out and pick the tomatoes out of the garden, and then we'd cut them, open them, and it was white bread, not multi-grain bread.
Hmm.
Um, but mayo, and both sides mayo. I mean, come on, seriously.
Yeah.
But
No.
salt and pepper as well. Yeah, it's a
And did you add
fantastic.
butter?
No.
See, that's when because I make uh, sandwiches like that for my mom, and I always add just a thin little layer of butter on one side, on one piece of bread, because it just adds that extra richness, the oil that brings out the acid in the tomato even more. Anyway, next, flew to Chicago this morning. Skipped breakfast, thinking I'd eat when I arrived. Storms delayed landing for 2 hours, making a long morning. Up at 5:45 to catch the flight. Got to the hotel about lunchtime, but wanted non-hotel food. Walked to the old Marshall Fields building, stepped back in time to 1902. Beautiful old building with the restaurant on the 7th floor. That sounds interesting. Included 2 pictures of the restaurant. First course, house-made chicken noodle soup, delicious. Second course, chicken pot pie and salad with orange slices, toasted almonds, and vinaigrette. The pot pie was rich, made with real cream. Dessert, dessert was key lime pie. Love this place.
He loves his key lime pie.
Yeah, I do too. That looks really good. Mr. Lurie Dean used to make some key lime pie. It was pretty good.
I bet you he still does, just not for you.
He doesn't make anything for me anymore.
Wah, wah.
I know. Breakfast of bacon, potatoes, and toast. Ham and bacon were good. Potatoes, not so much. Well, that's a disappointment because they look good.
Throw some of that sour cream or that butter whip
Yeah.
to them, and I bet it'll taste better.
Yep. We were in Nordstrom buying shirts. Tried on large, mentioned to hubby, may need to go up a size. He replied, yeah, I noticed you might be getting a bit fat. Girl. I was crushed. Yeah, I would be too. We went to the steakhouse after. I noticed it because of the signage. Very 1920 Art Deco. Joe's Steak and Seafood. Walked in and host was in a tuxedo. Everyone else was well dressed. White linen tablecloth, lots of wood, $130 steaks. Uh,
Wow.
Anyway, I looked at the menu and remembered those hateful words in Nordstrom. So I ordered a grilled chicken sandwich, pickles, pickled onion, mozzarella, tomato, lettuce, and a side of garlic parmesan fries. Hopefully saved a few calories. It was delicious. That's horrible. Oh, that's horrible. You should eat what you want. You're on vacation. Ugh. Ugh. Anyway, that said, photos are absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, Mr. Moose. We truly appreciate that. And we hope that you had a wonderful vacation, aside from that little bit of fat shaming. Speaking of shame, Tom, why don't you tell us, tell it, open up and tell us about the photos that you've got here.
Okay, so come on, you can do this. You can. Okay, there we go. Sorry, there's so many.
Hmm?
We should edit this down. Anyway, the first picture is this is a place called Hodad's, and this is one of the better hamburgers in town. They have hamburgers and fries, and then the next one is a picture from a place called Rockies, which is supposed to have the best hamburger in town, and that's what you can see with the second picture. And honestly, we kept eating better food than the burgers, and it's not that they weren't good; they were good, but you know, oh, here's a picture. I forgot I sent this to you. The third picture is of the Chinese food that we got.
Yeah.
The shumai was also filled with shrimp as well. They had the bao, the steam bao, this stuff over in the side, noodles. It had beef in it, and it looked really gross, but it tasted really good.
Oh,
Pot
that's
stickers were a little
just like
thick.
gross.
Pot stickers were a little thick on the the noodle, and the egg rolls were really good on that one. The next picture is of the wonton soup, and as awful as the wontons look, they were fantastic. I would go back and have that any day. It was so good.
Good.
The next picture is some fries that we got at a barbecue place.
Huh.
It was fries with pulled pork, and the next picture is the lovely, lovely pork belly that they had there. Have you ever had pork belly?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's just like big fat bacon, and what they do is they render it so when you taste it, it's not like a mouthful of fat. It's a mouthful of crispy, yummy bacon. Oh my God.
That sounds like it might
It,
be good.
you would like it if you tasted it.
Okay.
At first appearance, it's like, ooh, what is that? And it's like, oh my God, we need to order another one. The next is the brisket that we got at the same place.
Mhm.
Really good. Then we start with this is let me think. This is the
Apple something.
yeah, no, it's Juniper and Ivy
Oh.
is the name of the restaurant.
Hmm.
And this was a peach and a peach cobbler type thing with ice cream. That's
Ah.
what Sean got that one. The next one to it is it's a toffee pudding, which is actually a cake. It's a British thing.
Lovely. Yes.
And then that was white chocolate across the top.
Oh.
And then there were two pieces of cheese, and it was a dessert cheese, so it was real mild and very creamy. And Sean got those.
Hmm.
The next picture is Sean got a ahi Wellington.
Nice.
And it was really good. The next one is I got duck breast. And then it came with a duck breast wonton as well.
Canard. Nice.
It's very good. And I know you're gonna hate this picture, but this is a beet salad. And I don't know I don't know what the sauce was, but it was something to covet. It was so good.
Hmm.
And see, they didn't use the purple beets. Purple beets tend to taste more like dirt.
Okay.
The golden beets don't taste like that at all. This was fantastic. Sean ordered it, and I should have. But I got the thing that looks like a yellow mound is actually a raviolo with a yolk in it, an egg yolk
Huh.
with cheese, and then it's covered with just a yummy bacon sauce. Oh my God, so good. The last picture, is it the last one? No, the next picture was rock fish with it had marinade and little vegetables that were shredded over it. It was so good. Okay, so we're out of that restaurant. The next restaurant is, we went to a place is Lola 55, and it was a 4-star taqueria. Michelin's 4-star taqueria.
Wow.
Yeah. And so these were their quesadillas. These were just packed little things. And then it was guacamole that they served it with. And that was a barbecue sauce that, oh my God, it was so good. So good. The next one was, this is the fish taco, and it was really tasty. The next one is, that's one of Sean's, and I don't remember what it was. Anyway,
Kind of like a carne.
Yeah, maybe carne asada. The next one was, he got a cauliflower. There was a vegetarian one. It's cauliflower. I did not have that. The one after that is the steak one, which was, I think we kind of almost decided that was like the best one of the whole thing. It's really tasty.
What's on top?
And what's on top of it? That was crispy onions.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then a chili, and there's some guacamole on it, and then a piece of steak, and then yumminess all through it. It was so good. And then the pork belly is the last one, and that's what I mean. That was like a thick piece of bacon in there.
So how big were these?
They were like street tacos.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they were good 4 bites.
Okay. That's
very tasty. And then I will get you the rest of them next week.
Oh, cool.
Because we ate good food everywhere.
That's what vacation is for. That snuggling. Did you get some snuggles?
Well, we had a double bed, so there was a lot of touching.
Nice. All right. Well, Golden Rule Services want you to know about an important tool in preventing you from contracting HIV. PrEP is a medication proven to be 99% effective in preventing HIV infection. To learn more about PrEP, visit sacgrs.org. And don't forget that if you've got stuff for the What's in Your Lunchbox segment, all you have to do is send it to us at chubsgonewild@gmail.com. Find Tom's other podcast at swannerandjudd.com. Find my books at justkisstheguy.com. Find all of our links at allmylinks.com/chubsgonewild. And give us a call at
408-69 Chubs.
Yes, Queen. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. We are happy to be back, and we are happy to be back with you. And we will be, what's that? Back next week. Same time, same bat channel. All right. Bye.
A network of inclusion.
UnivazPods.net.
This show is part of the Pride 48 network.
This has been a For Fuck's Sake production.